Live. Let me just say hello to Jake because he's looking to jump on. Okay, so bear with me while I check the preview. I think one of the things that this broadcasting program should really have is some kind of a sort of like a booth where we can kind of see what's going on before it goes live. That would be really nice. Okay, so let me head over to where I need to be. We are going to look for Jake. It still says that the streaming is offline. It says we're live now. Let's go to the live control room and see if anything's coming up. I hate that they make you have to hit the button. Oh, there. Let's try the preview. I know it's hard because you don't know what I'm looking at because I can't show you. I can't share my screen. There might be a way I could do that eventually down the road, but that's not really important. I just want to make sure that we're up and running. Anyway, I don't see. I do see 4 viewers. I can't see who you are, but I do see 4 viewers. And Jake is giving me his Skype name. Let me see if I can find him. We'll bring him up on the screen. Bear with me. Who is that? Bob Ketchup? Who is Bob Ketchup? I gotta ask you about that. Is that a dot? Bob Dot Ketchup? What is got going on over here? Well, he's definitely not the guy from New Hampshire. Where are you? Oh, I am gonna give him mine. And this way he can call me. Once we get Jake on, I can focus on the first part of our meeting, our online meeting. We'll just talk about a few things from last month, and we'll go into what's going on for this coming month. And if there's anything else, we'll dive into that too. In fact, why don't we just get started with that? Now, how about we do a roll call for who's out there? I can only see who's there. I see 6 viewers, and when I go to our control room, and then if I see you here, okay, there's Hank. Ben hears me. That's great. Jake's calling in right now, so let's jump in over here. And why are you coming in as Bob Ketchup? I want to know. Hey, Jake. I'm here. Uh, I can see your window. Oh, I can see your TV screen. No, I see. You must. Is it a laptop camera, or are you trying to use a different camera? Okay, because it's. Oh, you know what? I think it's like a. I think it's just an image. Let me see if I could. Oh, here. I have to accept. I have to accept. All right, here we go. There you are. Now I see you. Okay, now I'm gonna get you on the screen. Let me. Oops, I didn't want to. Okay, I'm gonna share my. Well, that might be the case, but because I think my camera is being used by. Yeah, it's being used by my broadcaster. So I guess what I'll have to do in the future is attach another camera so you can actually see me. But I can see you, and we can see you out there. Well, the viewers can't, not yet. But I'm gonna switch the scene. Oh, see, we have to make you a little bigger. Let's see, how do I do that? Which screen is that? Oh, okay, so it's this one. But if I do full screen, I won't be able to see them. Yeah. Now, if you can actually see yourself, we're actually on a delay. So if you've got the another computer, or at least if you're looking at the YouTube. Yeah, I see you now. Okay, let me just see if it goes to full screen, because I'll leave it just like this, because I could see you but not the rest of the screen. And because that's what I want to see. I want to see the whole. Okay, there you go. All right, it's a little different than what I originally wanted, but that's okay for now, because now, at least now I know if I need to have, for future, I have to have two screens connected to this laptop so I can have our Skype view, and then also just at least have everyone see it the way they're seeing it right now. So we've got a roll call here. I saw about 6 viewers on the screen right now. I'm gonna mini screen you for a minute, Jake. So forgive me, but there might be a way that I can actually make you. Yeah. Okay. You'd probably have to go to the live stream to see what we're seeing, and it's going to be a little bit smaller. That's a good idea, because I have my iPad too that I could, but I actually have a second laptop in this room that I'm using to do that. Now, what everyone's seeing right now is just like sort of a test screen where I have Skype windows on the bottom, and I have some Christmas pictures from with my son on them. I mean, you can make like little slideshows. So that's one of the things that I'm really excited about. We get to use all these different types of features with this XSplit program. The only drawback to this program so far has been the fact that it was tough to configure last week, and even with testing it, they give you two options. You can either do a live stream, which means when you click a button and boom, you're on. There's the infinity screen. That's right now, yeah. That was about 10 seconds ago. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, you're there. Well, I keep switching. I have 12 buttons on my program that let me select screens. Now it's totally pitch black. And then right now I'm going to go back to the original screen that I had up. That's not the one. Yeah, so we're going to start. So I figured let's just do like a little bit of a 101, messing around with the extreme buttons. But I want to get you back on the screen, but I want to make you bigger. So, but I have an option for that. So let me go back to a side by side, not that one. Yes. Now we have set. Yeah. We have. Oh, that's so funny. No, John, we're not gonna watch baby pictures all night. Thank you very much. He wrote. So who we have? We have Ben. We have Hank. We have Captain Jonathan. And then let's see here. Well, last week, everyone else they made more than one comment. Let me get that one off. That was my test one, of course, because the one with this with the one with my son on it is the one that they were seeing just now. All right, so we have 7 viewers. Again, if you could guys just comment to the right where it says NJDJN TV, say something next to the circular logo. That's where you can add at least that's what it looks like on my screen. I'm looking. Yeah. Oh, Lilia Kires is on. How are you, Lily? We haven't seen you in a while. Where you been? How's your husband? How's everybody? When you guys coming back? We like to see you and Alex. Game night's coming. Don't worry. So there's a couple of things here that I have to address before we start, but you feel free to chime in, Jake, throughout the event. I'm gonna move me over. I have 2 other screens I'm looking at right now for all the stuff that I need. So I'm just bouncing stuff around. So I still need you on the screen though. Let's fix you. Let's fix you first. That's priority 1. Getting Jake on the screen. All right, so I'm going to add a source here. So I'm going to do. Oh, I know where I can do that. Hold on a second. I'd rather use one I already have. This one. I'm going to get rid of this because this one's too small. And if I have to use this, actually, let me try something here. Let's do a screen capture, and I'm going to capture just your. Oh, that'll work. Just your screen. Yeah, it'll change. It'll change. Well, maybe not for you because okay. And I can't trim that anymore, can I? Okay. You see how it's here you go. Okay. So one thing is interesting is they have a defaulted 20-second delay that cannot be changed. So we can't see everything just live. I guess it needs time to get across the airwaves and everywhere else. So this is how XSplit works. We could have gone with the whole Hangouts on air, which is another default application, so you can kind of stay within the whole the Google suite. But I wanted to find something a little more flexible, a little more versatility. But we'll get into that when I develop more experience with this. I've only had maybe a couple weeks experience with this program, so everything's still kind of new. So we're gonna work our way through it. So yeah, okay. We'll skip some of this stuff over here because originally I was gonna. Uh-oh, I think you might have gotten disconnected. My Skype stopped. Can you? That's the other problem. See, that was the original problem from the beginning with Skype disconnecting. Let me just have Jake call back in, and then maybe we can just have Jake do his thing, and then we'll just go on to other stuff. This is coming to you live right before your very eyes. There you are, Jake. Okay, while we're waiting for Jake, I also want to thank Betsy Fisher for having us at the Groove Lounge last week. Let's see here. We had a nice business segment. We had a nice business segment at the around her bar at the Groove Lounge before we started things off with Betty Fisher's presentation, which actually turned out into every time someone else walks in, we do a shot. So I commend those who drank responsibly. Betsy showed us around the Groove Lounge. It was a really nice place. I'd never been there before, and it was really lovely. And she gave us a brief history of how the Groove Lounge came about. Then we got into the real reason why we were there. And some of you may have thought it was going to be a workout. So, but despite that, you guys still came, which was good. And it wasn't going to be a class on how to do standards like the cha-cha or the wobble. So instead, Betsy taught us how to tap into our own creativity and come up with new dances or just to improve the dance, just to improve on the dance floor with guests. So you really got a really good, knowledgeable content. It was really well put together. So I commend Betsy for that. And using one of her methods, I think, and some of the guys agreed with me there, was maybe we could show some of her exercises that she did with us as actual games. It was kind of like a little modification of charades, which I thought was really cool. So Jake's trying to call in right now, so that's actually going to segue into our chat with Jake. He says I'm not answering. That's because my Skype shut down for some reason. And let's get Jake back on the air. And I could see the comments pretty live. We had some issues with that last month when someone thought that we weren't getting to the comments like 15 minutes after after they typed it. But it was just me looking at the comments at a certain time because I'm moving things around on the screen. For some reason I have two Skypes. One is to look to update. All right, so it's my Skype that's failing, as I have to reinstall this after the meeting off in my spare time. Let's tell Jake we're here. Because what I like to do is, have multiple guests using Skype, and if it keeps failing, that's not going to work. So here we bring Jake back in. Hey, Jake. Sorry about that. I think it's my Skype that's actually crashing. So I did like a little fast run through of some of the stuff that we did last month, and one of the things I just mentioned was, just thanking Betsy for her invitation to the Groove Lounge and in her presentation. Which brings me to an interesting thing because she did an exercise there last month where she had us, and it was hang on a second, you're here. Let me just double check. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Give it give it. Oh yeah. Give it 10 seconds. That's me. Like you see me about 20 seconds ago trying to find you. Trying to bring Skype up. So maybe it's like a 20-second delay. And you'll see yourself in a little bit. Let me just go to the preview because the preview actually is real time. Here you come, Bob Ketchup. Now, where'd you get that name, Bob Ketchup? Uh, I'm looking at some of the comments that we've got up there so far. So let's see here. So we got a little shout out from Lilia. Ben said he can't hear you. Can you still hear him? Let's see who else we got. Well, we're waiting for Ben to reply if they can. They said they can't hear you, but it sounds like they can now. I don't know. Ben Demetis said drink break. Well, that's interesting too, right? Because John wrote Fireball at the bottom, and if I don't know if you heard that when we were there, we actually had our little our group meeting, our businesses, segment around Betsy's bar, and they. Oh, you can't hear Jake? I'll have to figure that out, Jay. Yeah, he can't hear you. All right, so I can hear you. It that that might be. Oh wait, I know what it is because you're coming through my headset. I have to get you to come through the broadcast. Window Skype in process. Window. Add source audio. Bear with me, Jake. That's a good one. How do we get a Skype caller? I have a feeling it's going to have to route out of my headset and into. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. Oh, let me see here. If I add another Skype video, no good because we want more than just the video. Yes, Jake. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yes, Lilia. Jake is actually talking, but not at this second. But um, it's enough to say that we can't hear him because I just checked it and we're not hearing him. The other thing we could try. Let me just go through the configuration for a second here. Okay. Because it's no good if we can't hear you. There goes Skype again. Now that that's actually shut down, let me just check and see if there's something in configuration of Skype. I have a feeling that it's going to be something with the outputs going through more than one output. Right now it's going right to my headset so I can hear him. But why we don't have a speakers, microphone. Oh, here we go. Here's an option. Let's try this. Speakers, XMAX Stream Audio Renderer. Okay, let's try that. We'll get Jake back on the line. All right, come on back, Jake. Let's type to him, let him know. We'll do one more try, and then we'll just chalk it off as XSplit 101. And just do a shout out for next. All right, so who's coming next week? Let's find out. Jake's calling. I know that some of you guys already responded to some of the events on. I think we got it licked, Jake.
You got? Can anybody hear me?
I think we got it licked. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we got it licked because now I can't. Because I can't hear you, and I'll bet they could hear you.
Oh, great.
But I'm going to put you through the preview. Maybe that'll work. If I put you through the preview, I could see you in real time, and then everyone else just kind of still see you as the 20-second delay. How does that sound?
Sounds great to me.
Okay, so I can read your lips too. So I just have to get you back on the screen. For some reason, you're not
okay.
on the screen. Well, you kind of are, but let me just go full screen with this. There it goes. Okay. Now they should start seeing you come back on the screen any second. Or better yet, Hank, how about who is he? I don't know. I don't remember his name. It was de Blasio's sign language guy. Okay, Lilia can hear Jake. Everyone can hear you. So I'm going to actually switch my headset to the preview. And then we'll go from there.
Okay, well, I can.
So actually, while I do that, Jake, why don't you take the floor? I kind of wanted to do Q&A, but if you guys can throw questions up for him, but just give us an idea for next week, what we got going on.
Okay. Hopefully they can all hear me
for the
now.
Game Night
Everyone's
seminar.
good with this? They can hear me, Mike? Let's hope you guys can all hear me. Okay. So next week, I got to tell you, and I don't want to sound obnoxious, but next week's game seminar is going to be really, really awesome. And to be honest, at the beginning of this whole process, I was struggling a little. I didn't know if I'd be coming up with some stuff. I was thinking, what kind of thing could I do personally? And then all of a sudden, all of these great ideas started coming at me from some very cool sources. As a matter of fact, one of our presenters, Mike Alivris, Magic Mike, who's driving down from the Hudson Valley region to present, called me tonight with a game, asking me, how do you like this game? It's a game I learned and I played, and I just almost lost my mind. It's a game you can play at weddings. Don't want to give any of it away, but it's really cool. Mike Walter is going to be helping me with a really cool game that he was describing to me on the phone that I can't wait for everyone to see, and how Mike's always prepared. Greg Holman, our former president, is going to be giving a game. I never thought I'd see that, but kudos and hoorah! I can't wait to see Greg do something. George Panzita, who showed a ton of awesome minute-to-win-it games last year, and participated in my game seminar is going to be presenting. Your president, Mike Aziz, is going to be presenting something with a video presentation as part of his game. That's going to be awesome. Whom I saw, Rich Kaufman is going to be presenting a game. Rich's games are always fantastic. I, of course, have a few new ones myself that I can't wait to show all of you, things that you've never seen before that I've been working on. And I love taking the opportunity to throw some of this stuff first at the New Jersey Disc Jockey Network. It's a great opportunity for me to see if something is working, if I need to tweak it a little bit. So basically, I get to use the NJDJ as my guinea pigs. Who else is present? Oh, got it. Jack Bermeo, two-time DJ of the year. He's like the biggest game guy. Jack Bermeo, who I like to think in the last two seminars I've done in Atlantic City has probably had the best contribution either year. Last year he did that thing with the video bracelets. That was ridiculous. Not video, well, the LED bracelets. The year before he did that thing where everybody was shaking those egg shakers, and he had the four people playing those percussive instruments. Just his imagination is ridiculous. Anyway, we have Jack presenting at next week's seminar as well. So the table is set for some amazing, amazing things. And if any, the beautiful thing about the NJDJN seminar is it's very fluid. I'm not constricted by time in the same way that I am in Atlantic City. When we're doing the seminar in Atlantic City, it's pretty much you have to do everything in a certain amount of time. Everybody has to move really fast. We have to keep on schedule because we only have an hour and a half, and it's a very hard cap. When time's up, and that's it. Whereas with this, we have time to take a game apart and show all the cool different things. While I'm doing this too, I'd like to send an early shout out to my friend Todd McCaffrey in upstate New York. He has sent me a couple games. Actually, he sent me a load of games, and I'm going to be playing a couple of his games, and I wanted to make sure I gave him credit. This guy has come up with more games with the foam dice that you get at Five Below, a ridiculous amount of these games, so I'm looking very forward to seeing that. And in addition, the beautiful thing about the NJDJN seminar for games is that it's just so much fun when we all get together, hang out, be goofy. It's totally, really not that much business, only in the beginning, and then we have fun and play together all night. I think it's probably my favorite night of the NJDJN calendar, and that would be whether I was running it or not. It's just so fun to see everybody having a great time. Now, if Mike will come back. Mike, you there? Do you have any questions? If any of you have any questions, feel free to shoot them over at Mike. I'd be happy to answer anything you might have for me. Anybody?
Yeah, I agree. No, can you? Yeah. Can you? Yeah. I'm on a little bit of a delay right now because I switched the headset to the preview, so you'll hear me in a couple of seconds. Unless you can't see me talking, I'm actually. There we go. Okay, I can hear myself now. That's that much of a delay. Wow.
It's a huge.
So, I can hear. All right, the delay is throwing me off a little bit, but yeah. So let me just turn off this. Let me just turn the headset up because it's confusing me. I actually don't even know if this microphone on this headset is working right now. Yes, it's going to be an eventful evening, so we really hope everyone comes, spread the word. You 7 viewers that are still out there, very important to let everyone know that it's going to be one of the best game night seminars, I think. Wouldn't you agree, Jake? You just nod your head, yeah. So, but we'll hear you, but in maybe about 20 seconds. Um, I
It's
think
getting
we've
near
got it all
20.
covered. Oh, so I just wanted to address, yeah. So I had a couple of ideas um, for a few games. Some of it came by accident. We were just doing something. I'll show you. And I'll even share some of the files with you. One of the games that Jake mentioned was something that I had done 6 or 7 months ago. Can't remember what party it was, but I had some images on screen. I had people do sort of like a visual trivia kind of a thing. So that's basically what it really is. But it's sort of a theme, and then I'll share that with you next week. I think that's all I have in terms of the game seminars. And you and I have kind of gone back and forth, Jake, talking about how you got into games, and I believe you covered all that while I was fishing around on my computer trying to get the microphone to work so everyone could hear you. So what I want to do, I'm going to um, keep this format going. Every month, every end of the month, we're going to do this. Online live stream, and then we'll just sort of a way to sort of preview what we're, just like we did today with Jake. Preview what we are are bringing you guys, and then also let me just go back to my cue cards. Put that one right there. Yep, there it is. I moved it around, so it threw me off a little bit. And then even if you guys have suggestions in the comments, throw some suggestions for what you want to see at meetings, what you want to see online. Do you want to bring some of these speakers on here in this format when we get all the bugs worked out and everything ironed out, just like how we did with when we had John Young come and do a video online meeting. Just had instead of having the guy flying all the way from Minnesota, we just had him in a live stream using the Zoom program. And that's all I have. So let me just check the comments one more time. We've got what are you doing, Hank? You putting numbers on the screen there? Oh yeah, the delay. Okay, yeah. So what night are you guys coming to the convention? Oh, which convention, John?
John's talking about a conference. It's he's talking about the DJ Expo.
It's gonna take about 20 seconds to hear me, but just John, mention that convention that you're referring to. I'm guessing you're talking about the DJ Expo. And I think we're gonna do a little. We're gonna do a little bit more. I think this year with some group activities for the DJ Expo. And Jake, you and I were talking about traveling to the Mobile Beat. I hadn't put any mention in Mobile Beat in any of our media yet. I haven't put any mention of it in the newsletter. But I'm gonna start putting some stuff in there for next week. I don't know if anyone else is going, but we'll talk about that next week. The beauty of this thing is, even though it's weird how it's working, John's going on the 14th. Is that Sunday, John? Let me check the calendar. John Rabarchik is going to. I'm still assuming you're talking about DJ
AC.
Expo, because I don't know if you've ever gone to the Mobile Beat. Oh, Mobile Beat, by the way, is March 14th through the 18th, right, Jake?
Yeah, Mobile Beat is the 14th to the 17th.
Okay. And then Jake just decided to go. Yeah, he says to the DJ Expo. I'll check the dates on that in a second. I'm just looking at the Mobile Beat stuff. Yeah, okay, so now August. I didn't even put it in here. Jake, give us the dates for the DJ Expo. Oh, I'm on the wrong one.
DJ Expo
I
dates
only have
in
cruise.
Atlantic City are
On
August
here.
15th to the
Trying to go
18th.
on a cruise in August, but yeah. So, but anyway, John Rabarchik's going on the 14th. We'll talk more about that. We're going to talk more about the DJ Expo, and some of the things that we could possibly do. Maybe we'll sort of do a little brainstorm at some point about some of the, maybe we can maybe pre-schedule some things. I mean, some guys have been asking. 15th to the 18th. Okay. So Jake's going on. Jake, I'm sorry. Um, John's going on Sunday. Ben is leaving at Sunday the 14th. He'll be passed out by 5 p.m. He says.
I highly
Nice,
agree.
nice, Ben. All right, so I think we're gonna come to a close. I think 40 minutes is long enough for one of these online meetings. What do you say, Jake? You think that's pretty good? Yeah. All right. Just nod. And then we get to watch it in about 15 minutes when it's all finished processing, and we'll see how crazy it came out for our second unorthodox online video session.
Then I'll see everybody
And then
this
hopefully we'll
Tuesday.
see all you
Next Tuesday.
guys. Will not. Oh wait, John says to you guys can see. I don't know why I'm reading it because I'm just acknowledging what you guys are writing, but you guys can see everything that's being written up there, and I'm just sort
I
of
can't.
reciting it when it pops into my screen. Or actually, it's been up there for a while. Okay, so Lily is going to be there on the 15th to the 18th. We'll talk more about the seminars and everything else for that, and all right, I think I covered everything I needed to cover. Next time, and I'll also show you some pictures from Betsy's meeting last month. I was going to show them now, but there's just too much going on with the audio issue that I have to work out for next month. But I'm going to show you the pictures. Thanks to DJ Mardi Gras, our secretary, he took a whole slew of pictures of the event, our little meeting around the bar, and then we'll share those on Tuesday. All right, so we'll be signing off. I thank everybody for joining us here. See you later, Jake. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next Tuesday at the Crown Plaza Edison. We're gonna get there a little earlier. There goes Jake. He signs off. We're gonna get there at about 6:30 or so, and we'll have a great meeting. Looking forward to this game night seminar. I hope you guys are too. Yeah. See you guys next week.